Hey now, what's going on everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I just got back from the theaters after seeing The Martian, which is a 2015 film directed by Ridley Scott. I know, I'm a little late on this movie, I know, I didn't end up going to the screening for it, but I was able to see it for free in the theaters, in IMAX 3D no less. So, come on. Better late than never. The plot of this movie is we meet this group of astronauts who are on Mars, possibly one of the biggest launchings that NASA's ever done, and it seems to be going okay until this storm happens. It's happening faster, quicker, and worse than predicted, so it almost messes them up. They have to go back until Matt Damon's character, Mark Watney, he gets hit by debris and they think he's dead. So the team leaves him there. They find out that he is still alive and Matt Damon is stranded on Mars by himself, and with the next NASA mission to Mars wouldn't be for another 4 years. So he has to figure out not only how can he contact NASA to tell them that he's still alive, but how can he figure out a way to survive, a way to grow plants and food on Mars. Anyways, what I thought of this movie was wow. Just wow. I loved this movie. I did. I loved everything about it. The acting all the way around is great. This has a great cast. First, let me talk about Matt Damon, though, because we do spend the most time with him. It's not so much like a one-man show like you might have thought. Like, it's not like it's all about him, although there is a great deal about him, clearly. And he does have a lot of moments where it is just him talking to the camera, or him trying to experiment and get stuff, and it doesn't always go right, and you're watching him do all that. But we also get the other team, the group that left him behind. Jessica Chastain plays the captain. You have Kate Mara, Michael Pena, who was a little surprising to have him in this movie, but he's a lot more toned down than you're used to, so I liked him in this. Sebastian Stan, the Winter Soldier, if anyone's keeping track. And then you have the people that work at NASA. You have Kristen Wiig. Speaking of people out of place, you can't see Kristen Wiig and not expect her to tell a joke or be goofy or just like. And I'm not saying that there's no humor in this movie at all, because there is. There's plenty of humorous moments in a way, but Kristen Wiig is just playing this straight. Donald Glover is in this film. Of course, he's playing like the really smart, brainy, but clumsy character, which is what he's really good at. Chiwetel Ejiofor is in this film. He's one of the people who is instrumental in trying to get Matt Damon back, along with Sean Bean. Yes, Sean Bean is in this movie, and he doesn't die. How many times can you say that? And Jeff Daniels plays the director of NASA, so he can come off as a guy who might not care about Matt Damon, might not care as much about bringing him back like you would think he should, but you also have to remember he's the director. This is all on him. When he lays it out and says at one point, if they can bring the 5 astronauts back to Mars to rescue him, it's like, do we risk 5 more lives to save 1? And what would that do to the company? Of course, he's a company man. That's all he's thinking about. So yeah, he can be a dick. There's even a moment where when he first announces to the public that when they think Matt Damon is dead at the very beginning, he's just like, yeah, he's dead. So let's move on. But let's get back to Matt Damon, because the heart of this movie is with him. He's pulling a performance of a lifetime. I mean, when I really sat down and thought about it, I can't name a bad Matt Damon performance. I mean, if there is one, I haven't seen it. He's always on his A game, but this, it's at a different level. He comes off as so likable, so that's what makes you care about him. That's where some of the humorous moments come from, because it's just he's trying to be optimistic. There's not a lot of him being depressed about it. He's trying to work through it. When you see him grow these plants and potatoes, and it's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, who knows if you could really do it, but it was fascinating to see somebody with his intelligence pull this off. And just when you thought that, I don't want to say it was easy, because the whole situation sucks, right? But he was trying to make do, and it seems like he was pulling it off well, until the movie's like, fuck you, no, it's not that easy, and let me just throw a bunch of hurdles at you. And then it's so intense, especially near the end of the film. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I highly recommend the movie. If I were to rate it at this point, I would say full price. Hell, I mean, I saw it in IMAX. It was in 3D. There is some cool 3D moments, but you probably don't need to see it in 3D. I always think now that 3D is a little too gimmicky, used a little too much. But I would still see it in the theater, just no doubt about it. Love this movie. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below if you already have seen The Martian. Let me know what you thought of it. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!